All right, boys, let's move it along here. What do you say we jump over now to the defensive tackles and see if we got any of that bench press in? That sounds good to you. So we already hit the 40-yard dash and everything, right? They're supposed to be doing bench press today. Let's see if we get any bench press information. Actually, let's see if there's any three-cone. Did we cover the three-cone yesterday, Emilio? I think we did, didn't we? Did we not?
I don't think so. I don't think they had it. I think they had done,
I don't think they did it yet.
I think they did everything up to the three-cone.
So they're doing that right now. That's probably why there's limited here. Let's see if we've gotten in all of the bench press so far. Not many. Now, listen, there may be a bunch of guys that chose not to do it, right? But could y'all tell me where David Gutekunst went to college? Somebody help me out. I can't see it. What does that say?
That's Kentucky.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He doesn't have the Kentucky waterfall, though.
If you ever need confirmation that bench press doesn't matter in football, this is it, because Kentucky was cheeks this year, okay? That's my team. I can say it. I'm allowed to say it. So David Gutekunst, though, leading the way, 37 bench reps. That's going to help him a lot with his RAS was already through the roof, was it not, Emilio? I think it was like something crazy. He was in the nines already, I believe.
Yeah, I believe he was. Yeah, we had him at 6'2", 308, 31.5-inch arms with a 4.88 40. So he's moving for that speed, for that size.
Crushing it in the reps, right? 37 reps.
That's crazy, man. That's 225 pounds, 37 times, right?
Yep.
Lord have mercy. Lord, I struggle to take the garbage cans down every Monday night. It's unbelievable.
I mean, looking at him on PFF, Mr. Availability too, right? I think he missed 1 or 2 games last 3 years. I mean, let's go.
Yeah. Dominic Williams out of Oklahoma, 30 reps. Not bad there. Skylar Gill Howard out of Texas Tech, 27 reps. And then Chris McClellan out of Missouri, 25 reps. Tim Keenan out of Alabama, 21 reps. So obviously David Gutekunst really helping himself. This is a name that just keeps popping up, right? Let's take a quick look at what he's done so far in terms of the measurements. All right. So 6'2", 31 1/8-inch arms. You see that and go, yeah, no way that Goody's going to go grab him, right? I think with the athletic threshold, when it comes to defensive linemen, we're showing 32 is kind of the minimum threshold, with 33 plus being ideal / preferred. So the arm length is going to hurt him, right? 308 pounds, that checks out. 10-inch hands, that's great. 6'2", not bad height there. Now, when you go down to all the measurables here in terms of the combine drills, 40-yard dash, 4.88, 10-yard split, a 1.68. That big boy is moving. Vertical jump of 32 inches, and now he's got the bench press 37 reps leading the way as it sits right now. So I don't know if they're still doing bench press or not. Maybe there's more information that will come in. But David Gutekunst, very, very interesting here. I'm going to hop over to RAS in just a second and take a quick glance. What do you think about David Gutekunst? Emilio, Tim, give me your take on him. Where do y'all see him? Where's he ranked on our board? And Tim, if you want to cross-check it with PFF while I pull up this RAS data.
Yeah, Gutekunst we have at the 266 spot. D tackle out of Kentucky. I mean, not bad. He really he was really good in 24 with the 18 overall. 25 he was 103. Just the PFF and consensus board are kind of where it's hurting him a little bit. PFF. Yeah. Tim, they had him at 376 when we first did it. Where's he at now?
He's still there. He hasn't moved. 376.
Really? Okay.
PFF, yeah. But you're right. When you look at the big boards, it's kind of makes you wonder. But I don't know. I mean, he fits the mold, right? 6'2", 308. Crushing it in the reps on the bench press. He looks like a get off the bus guy to me. I don't know. Might have some value there.
Yeah. And absolutely. I love it's draft season when the RAS website is so slow. Everybody is logged in right now. So here's what we got on his RAS so far, guys. And again, no agility drills, okay, so far. But and some of this is how do we say this? Some of it's unofficial, I guess is the best way of putting it, right? But 989, okay, 989. But it's important to mention that the composite size grade is good. The height is in the red at 4.83. The weight is in the yellow at 741. The bench press is through the roof at a 982 with the 37 reps. So that's what's helping him the most. Vertical jump is an 884, but to the best of my knowledge, he did not do the broad jump, or he hasn't done it yet. So the composite explosion grade is a DNQ. So really, if you only got 2 of the 4 quadrants, that's lit up here. So you've got the composite size grade being good. The composite speed grade is elite at that 4.88, scoring a 9.41. The 20-yard split, a 2.82, scoring a 9.25, and the 10-yard split, being a 1.68, scoring a 9.41. So I was really hoping we would see Caleb Proctor do the bench press. Maybe he's still going to do that. I need to try to figure out exactly what's going on with the drills and how long they're going to be doing that. Because you got the cornerbacks working out and you got the D tackles. It can get the water can get a little bit muddy. So go ahead.
Soder asking the important questions. Was Gusta a team captain or a high school wrestler?
That is a good question.
We need to find that out.
We haven't actually. I don't think we've had any wrestlers put in yet this year. Not yet. Not that I'm aware of.
It seems like it's one of the final pieces we put in place, but man, I love doing it because it's so important, man. There's some people that roll their eyes at that. No, that stuff matters. It's more times than not. You get somebody who has a wrestling background, they end up being a damn good offensive lineman or defensive lineman almost every single time.
And like Lindsay said here, short arms helps bench, obviously. Especially you got to, got the pec muscles. You're all ripped out, and bing, bam, boom, like little 6-inch drop, and you're just repping them out.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely interested in his broad jump.
All right. So there you go. There's a little look at the defensive tackles and what we got there. Let's continue the conversation and jump over to RAS's Twitter account. You guys, if you're not already following them, make sure you're following Math Bomb over there. Does an excellent job getting this information out to us in real time. So what we're going to do is just kind of scroll down his page here and look at some of the cards that he's already mentioning. Okay. That sound good to you guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see if we can get this. I'm trying to get it just right so everybody can see it just fine. I think we're okay. So Toriano Pride Jr. out of Missouri, he's got a 914 is the RAS card as it sits right now. The composite size grade of 3.20 on the height, 3.84 on the weight is in the red. Obviously, everything else looking good. The composite explosion grade is great, scoring an 8 and a 9 in that quadrant. And then, of course, you jump over to the composite speed grade, 4.3240. I don't know if that's unofficial or not. It doesn't have the U. Maybe that is official now. Scoring a 9 there. He scored a 9 on the 20-yard split and the 10-yard split as well. So arm length, 31 inches. That barely checks the box for us in terms of the arm length that Goody likes. But Toriano Pride, man, looks like he's going to finish with a 5-point bonus when it comes to RAS. That's exciting.
Kind of reminds me of another corner we were looking at, right? Mr. D'Angelo Pons, the size grade is to be desired, but everything else looks really damn good. So,
yeah. All right, moving along. Another one he identified. Here we go. Our boy Malik Muhammad. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. 945 is the RAS. All right. He's got an okay composite size grade at 6 foot 182. That 182 is in the red, deep in the red at 2.77. Everything else, though, explosion grade, elite, scoring 9s in both vertical and broad. And then a great composite speed grade, getting 8s across the board there with the 4.4240, along with the 20-yard split and the 10-yard split there. So Malik Muhammad definitely helping himself. Going to get a 5-point bonus there as well. So moving along, the next one, Will Lee out of Texas A&M. Coming in at 6 foot 1.5, 189 pounds. Obviously got a good composite size grade. His overall RAS is a 946. Elite explosion, 9.9 with the 42-inch vertical and the 1100. What is that? 11 foot even, right? 11 foot broad jump at a 971. Now the 40-yard dash 4.52 scores him a 6. 20-yard split scores him a 5.9. The 10-yard split, however, of a 1.54. He was quick off the line. 8.31 is going to help him. He's got a good composite speed grade. How do you guys feel about that? Because when you look at the arm length here, Tim, 32.6-inch arm length for Will Lee. You've got 6 foot 1 on the frame. The weight isn't bad either at 189. Everything else, it didn't. I mean, you got explosion. I think you've got good enough speed. It's not ideal, but decent speed there, right? How do you feel about him, man?
Yeah, I like it. No red on the card, right?
Right.
And the things that what are you going to do about arm length and things like that? But, looking at the 40 time, right in the green on that 10-yard split, like you said, explosiveness, right? That's what you need, closing speed out of a cornerback, say what you want about our boy Ja Money. He was known for that, right? You might beat me off that route, but I've got that closing speed. I can close the gap and make a play on the ball. So I like the split time on him. Definitely think Will Lee the third is someone to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah. Crazy how much that 10-yard split affects half of the players. Seriously, yep. I mean, like you can get a lot just from that number. But I like also, I was going to say, Chad Inc. here with it's a tall DB class except for Pons. I think that plays right into Goody's hands. I think he's liking his, he wants somebody a little long, a little lengthy. You get a little height on the outside. We got some safeties that can thump, and then we'll be all right,
It's a great point.
Lindsay brings it up in the chat too. Will Lee, I like how he closes on the receivers. So that's exactly what we're talking about here.
Yeah. If you guys would take a quick second, smash that like button for us. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us during the combine. Got a bunch of people watching on X. If you're watching on X and you want to join the conversation here on YouTube, just hop over to the YouTube link. You can see all the comments flying off here as everybody's chatting about the combine. Just a little bit better way of getting plugged in. But if you want to stay on X, that's totally cool too. Next is Andre Fuller, cornerback, 950 RAS as it sits right now. Height and weight scored him in the green across the board. A couple of 8s there. Gets him a great composite size grade. The composite explosion grade is good in the yellow with the vertical at 5.58. However, the broad jump scored him in I think it's an 8.29 is what it's showing. So he ends up being good there. And then composite speed grade is good as well, 4.49 with a 7.32 score. And obviously that 10-yard split helping him out a lot there with 8.73. So Andre Fuller looks like he's going to finish in the 9s unless something goes crazy wrong with the agility drills here. Where do we got Andre Fuller? That's a name I haven't heard a whole lot of, Emilio. Do we have Andre Fuller on the board? And we need
Come on. We didn't have him on the board, Clay. I'd be upset. 291, Andre Fuller out of Toledo. Wow, we only have one number for him. 216 on consensus big board.
Tim, you want to see what we got with Andre Fuller on the PFF? You're muted, brother.
Yeah, 207 PFF. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Thank you.
We found one. PFF's higher than we are on somebody, finally.
Do they have they have a 25 or 24 grade or anything, Tim?
82-6, 2025, 13
What was his
games.
ranking?
Yeah, so what's the ranking it shows next to those? It should show like 12th, and it shows the score in each year.
Like 38th out of 600 or something.
I can go check too. It's a little bit tricky unless you know exactly where you're looking at there.
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
I'll get you right here. I got you.
It's probably also, if you're not viewing it in like that the 3-box thing where they have everything pulled up. It's
right.
Got it. I just
here's what we got. Yeah, so we can't give a ranking for 23 and 24, but in 25 he had an 82.6. That was 51st amongst corners. So that's going to help him.
Our boy just jumped up to 158 as a total score. He was at 216, so we'll do a quick resort and find him again. He has climbed to 194. Andre Fuller.
There you go. Maybe a late round pick there. Might be a late round steal. We'll see. And again, those cornerbacks playing pretty good ball coming out of Toledo, right? Wasn't that where I get them mixed up every now and again? Is that where Quinyon Mitchell?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Next, especially if he came out after Quinyon, right? Quinyon, maybe if he was there all 4 years or whatever, he was getting the ball thrown at him a little bit more. Quinyon was keeping it away. Then they probably stopped throwing the ball to him, but he still ranked 51 this past year. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee, 9.61 is the RAS. That is awesome. 5'11", scoring a 7, 193 pounds, scoring a 7. So his composite size grade is good. Got a vertical jump of 40.5 inches and a broad jump of 10.05, which is going to score you green across the board. He's got a great composite explosion grade, and then composite speed grade is great as well. 4.40, scoring an 8.58, and then your 20-yard split 2.58, scoring an 8.08. 10-yard split, 1.55, only scoring a 7.89. It's rare that you see a guy that the 10-yard split at the cornerback position isn't one of the strengths, right? So this is someone who's got top-end speed in Colton Hood, probably got long stride length. I would imagine once you get moving, that top-end speed is a little bit better than a 10-yard split. If Colton Hood, Emilio, if he got a 5-point bonus, correct me if I'm wrong, that would probably jump him several spots, wouldn't it? I mean, what's his overall score right now? You don't have to actually put in the RAS, but what's his overall score?
His overall score at the moment is 32.5. So if you gave him a -5, he'd be dropping in probably right there in front of Caleb Banks, which would put him 24th on the board.
Got it. So, yeah, that's going to help Colton Hood a lot on our board for sure, man. So, all right, moving along. Is that all of them? I think that might be up. Here we go. Chris Johnson, 9.67. Let's freaking go. Let's go.
Yep.
So he's got a good
in the gauntlet too. It looked really good.
Yeah.
Yep. Composite size grade looks good. Composite explosion grade's great. Composite speed grade, great. So yeah, looking solid there. Again, the arm length is the only thing that's going to hurt him. And once again, just referencing back to the threshold there for cornerbacks on arm length, 31 inches is what you're looking for in Green Bay. So he just come in just a little bit shy of that. That may end up hurting his chances of being a Packer. But like Mike said earlier in the chat, man, he's probably going to be gone before we pick a 52 with a 40-yard dash like that, right? Probably going to be off the board.
Yeah.
All right. Next, you got Takario Davis, 9.76. That's going to help him a ton. He's got a great composite size grade. Composite explosion grade is good. Composite speed grade is great as well. So, Takario Davis helping himself. Dalen Everett. We've talked about him a little bit. He's out of Georgia, right? 9.82 is where he's at. That 4.38 helped him tremendously. 6'1", running a 4.38 40. And then you got a vertical jump of 37.5 inches, checking out with an 8 score. He's looking like he's helped himself as well, Emilio. He'll probably get a 5-point bonus. Where is Dalen Everett on our board?
Everett
out of Georgia.
Oh, yeah, 182 on the board.
What do they have on him with the PFF ranking?
Yeah, what's hurting him is the PFF there. With the 23, he was 562, which isn't getting counted. 24, he was 241, which probably is getting counted because his 25 grade was 380. But PFF Big Board had him 73rd. Consensus had him 173.
So the consensus
75 on PFF now. He just dropped.
Yeah. So somebody's watching the show. They dropped him down right now, didn't they?
Yeah.
So the consensus big board is what's bringing him down, right, Emilio? That and his PFF grade.
The PFF, I think it's the 25 grade that's hurting him the most because him being at consensus 172 isn't even that bad. His average before we get into Tankathon is 193. Tankathon having him at 108 brings him down to 150. So. Okay. So I honestly think it's his 25 grade that's hurting him the most, but the 24 of 241 is helping bring that 380 down a little bit.
Gotcha. And when you look at him on the consensus big board today, he's sitting in the 111 spot. So obviously we're not going to change it because it's less than 100-point difference, right?
Yep.
So all right, we'll keep.
But I like that. I mean, that kind of shows you, okay, you got a 9 RAS freak that you could probably get in the 4th round. You know, if you're looking at numbers wise and stuff like that, you know, even if he's 108th on Tank's board, right? That's still a 3rd round pick, and you're getting a 9 RAS. That you know, you got to be excited about that.
Yeah, I like that he's got a little bit of slot versatility too. The last couple of years, you see 40, 50 snaps in the slot.
Yeah,
versatile corner.
Drew D in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. He says Colin Wright has been looking very good in skill drills, in my opinion. Where do we have him, Emilio? Colin Wright, Collin Wright. And Tim, if you want to pull him up on the PFF board as well, there.
Stanford Cardinals.
Come on now, Mr. Andrew Luck. He came in at 350.
Wow.
Looks like PFF Big Board had him 361. Consensus had him 198.
So he fell on PFF. He's at 401 right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then looking at the consensus here, Colin Wright's sitting at 339 today. So.
Oh, yeah. So now he would be one that you could potentially say, do you want to bring him down on it?
Right.
But most of our board has been your best grade's going to stay and it's going to help you no matter what. But if you want, we can do the negative grades to bring him down more.
We got any injury info on him? I see he only played 9 games last year.
That's a good question. I don't have any info on that right now. So you're saying, Emilio, we should move him, you think?
No, I'm not saying we should. I'm saying he's 198. He was 198 on our board. You said he's what, 3 something?
No, on the consensus big board has him at 339.
So technically he's 130 points different, but that would bring him down. So
okay, gotcha.
That's all I'm saying is we've only brought people up from their grades being different. That's
and the reason we're doing that too, gang, is because sometimes these consensus big boards and stuff, they don't have all the players ranked where they're going to have them, right? So we don't want to push people down the board. We want to identify those guys. It's obvious the consensus big board, PFF big board, they go, oh crap, yeah, we had him way too low.
And honestly, as you look at consensus now, there's not even like there was a bunch maybe two weeks ago of like players in the 700s, a couple in the 800s. Now I haven't seen anybody outside of the 700. Like they dialed it all in. Everybody's 600 and 600 and change and up. So I might need to go back through on a couple of those 700s and just kind of relook at some of them. But
Absolutely. All right, next on the list here. Thank you for that, Drew. We'll definitely check out Colin Wright, see what the drills look like. Julian Neal, 9'8", elite size grade, 6'2", 203, and ran a 4.49 40, vertical jump of 40 inches, 11.02 on the broad. So he's got elite size, elite explosion, and good speed. I would love to see the agility numbers when they're ready to roll, man. That's exciting stuff there. So Julian Neal, we have in the 80 spot. I'm curious to know, Tim, where is Julian Neal on the PFF big board today?
As of right now, Mr. Julian Neal out of Arkansas, 143 according to PFF.
Emilio, where do we have him at on the in terms of the PFF?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so no reason
had him 67.
Gotcha. And the consensus has got him at 87 right now. I guarantee you he's going to jump back up now, right?
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah, very interesting. So there you go, Julian.
And he's 80th on our board, and he's the only one running with a beanie out there. That's kind of tough. That's a little bit of swag, right?
And he's a bigger corner, right? 6'2", 200 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What's he at? Yeah, 6'2", 191. Let's
Size,
go.
speed. Yeah, come on now.
Do we have a beanie bonus for the board? Do we have one of those?
That would be good. That would be good.
Have a little cap there, a little hat, a little ball.
Not the cap and gown, just to be. Oh, there you
go. Not the Goody do rag bonus.
That's perfect.
I've told this story before. Like growing up down here in the South, I had never heard it called a beanie in my life. And I went to Green Bay the first time. You know how they had those old credit card kiosks on game day out there around the stadium? You can sign up for a credit card and get a free gift. I'm like, heck yeah, dude, let's do this, right? So signed up, and they said, which would you rather have? And they held up a shirt, and they held up what you guys call a beanie. And I said, they said, do you want a shirt or a beanie? And I went, what's a beanie? And they said, it's a hat. And he held it up, and I went, that's a toboggan. And they went, and they said, toboggan's a sled. I went, give me the T-shirt.
Born and raised in Wisconsin, I've never called it a beanie either.
Really?
Yeah,
So that's the first time I had ever heard it called a beanie. Yeah. It blew my mind too because
Tim calls it a winter hat.
Yeah, winter hat, right? A hat. And definitely toboggan is definitely a sled for sure.
Well, Tim, what do you call a shopping cart up there?
A shopping cart.
Yeah,
not a buggy like you guys in the South, right? You guys
that's
call
what
it a
I
buggy.
thought.
So is pop, is that a northern thing when you refer to soda as pop?
I've heard that,
yeah.
I was raised saying pop, but I was raised in Kentucky, so like when I got into Tennessee, people weren't calling it pop; they were calling it soda. And then the closer I got up into Indiana, people were calling it soda pop. Yeah. And I was like, okay, what is it here? We always called it a pop.
Back in the day, they called it sugar water.
Mm-hmm. See, right. J. Cole knows, right, Clay?
Buggy. There you go. Buggy. Thank you, Jay. Jay's in the South. Appreciate you, Jay. Watch him be up in Canada or something. Yeah. Let's completely debunk everything here. All right. Latrell McCutcheon Sr., cornerback out of Houston, scoring a 9.89 RAS so far. Good size, elite explosion, great speed. 4.43 was the 40. Where is Latrell McCutcheon Sr.? Because I haven't.
You're not going to want to know.
I haven't heard nothing about him. Nothing.
Yeah, he I guess when I added some more last night, he broke the 600 barrier. He is at 601. We have one grade for him, consensus big board of 610.
Okay, he's up to 562 now, not enough to move it. Where's he at on the PFF board, Tim? Is he there at all, man?
Yes, he is. 297.
Okay, Tim. Okay. Right, we got
78.2 last year on 13 games.
What's that put him?
Latrell, let's see here. So in terms of the rankings for his grades on PFF, Emilio?
Yep.
2024, I don't mean to laugh, 759.
Yeah, that's not going to help. Okay.
Yeah. But in 25, 121.
121? Okay, so before I put in the 121 and Tim gave me the 297, his grade went from a 605 to a 453. Once I put in the 121, his grade jumps to a 342. So that would bring our boy finally into some territory of 440.
Making the UFL.
444, exactly.
Let's go. Top 500. Let's go.
There we go.
You are a UFL football player.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Watch him get drafted in the third round. We're going to be like,
Clay, he's only a couple spots behind Zach, your QB out of your hometown,
Zach who? Who are you talking about?
Zach Calzada.
Calzada, man. When he flashed that money, this dude couldn't hit a bull in the ass with a mop with a football at Kentucky. I'm just telling you. And the fans were giving him such a hard time. He lost his job. I think it was to Cutter Bowley, I believe, right? And the fans were giving him a rough time. He sent them a DM on social media of him counting his NIL money.
That is hilarious.
Like, get this guy away from my program yesterday. Like, what are we doing? Who is this clown, right? So watch him end up being like a 10-year vet backup and make a bunch of money at the NFL. It'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Continue counting that money. So let's see here. Drew D in the chat. Malik Muhammad is redeeming himself at the combine as well. Yeah, he started off strong.
Crushing the gauntlet. He looks like I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say half-assing it, but it looked pretty effortless.
It looked so smooth, right, Tim?
Yeah. Smooth. Definitely smooth, man. Good eye there, Drew D, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Eric Sutherland says, I don't care about Pons is hot. He's a bull player, period. Hey, you know how I feel about it, Eric. I'm all about it, dude. I could care less about that, especially if that vertical. My God.
Yeah.
Like, what are we even talking about? He's just such a good football player.
He's a grown-ass man now. Yeah.
He is going to be a great football player. Somebody's going to get a great football player. It probably won't be Green Bay, and we'll be looking at him going, yeah, I guess he wasn't tall enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So, all right. Ephesians Prize Sock 990 probably helped himself the most. Where's Prize Sock on this board, boys? Where is he at currently? I'm curious to know. I'm going to see if I can find him on the consensus. Tim, if you want to look at PFF.
PFF's got him at 205.
Okay.
Prize Sock is 254 on our board. PFF had him 202.
Okay, so that's staying put.
Consensus
What about
had him 239?
Okay, he's 154 now. So not 100 spots. Right?
100 spots.
So he stays. Helped himself today, though, man. 6'3" with a 4.45 40.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. What was his PFF rankings, Emilio? What does it show there in terms of his position?
In 23, 349, 24, 660, 25, 128.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So not terrible, but got a little bump in the road in 24 and then got better.
Got it. Charles Demings out of Stephen F. Austin. We talked about 997, 6'1", 193, 4'4", 140, 42-inch vertical with 11.00 on the broad. So you're talking about good composite size grade, elite explosion grade, great speed grade, phenomenal there.
Already has the hard eye. He's 304 on our board. Where's PFF having, Tim?
Who is this?
Charles
right now, our grades for 23, he was 311, 24, he was 83, and 25, he was 85th.
Demings is 300 on the nose right now.
Okay. He was 363, so not 100. And consensus had him 361. So.
Oh, here we go. 253 on the consensus now. All right. So you said 361, right?
Yeah, we can up him.
Let's up him. Let's go 361 plus 253, right?
Yep.
About 307. Put it in there for the consensus. 307.
Put it on the ticker.
So that'll boost him up a touch there, right?
Yes, sir. That brings him to 209, which would drop him into the 284 spot.
Got it.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. I'm going to go back now and just double check the defensive line bench press and make sure that no other numbers have come in here. That might be all that's doing the bench press. I guess it is, man. That sucks. I was really looking to see what these guys could do on the bench. You know, I was excited about that.
Isn't that? I could have swore that was one of the things that Buck and DJ were talking about one time. It's like you're trying to prepare so much for that 40 time or so much for that 10-yard split or that shuttle or whatever it may be that you're not even spending the time to prep your body for like a weight lift class. You know what I mean? Like where you got to put that kind of weight up, or you're preparing only for the vertical jump, and your body's got to get used to those. I mean, that you get 2 chances, right? 2 whistle blows for basically each of these drills, except for probably the bench, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it looks like the stack backers, if all the bench presses are in, it looks like maybe Sonny Styles did not do the bench press. Because right now we're just showing Josiah Trotter at 27 reps, Torian York at 25, Keyshawn Elliott at 21, and Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas at 21. So not bad bench press for linebackers, of course, but it just sucks to only see 4 guys there. So I'm sure they'll get them in with the pro day and all that. But All right. Anything else y'all want to hit before we wrap up, gents? This is fun, man. Nice
Wow,
little
that's a good one.
live broadcast. Hopefully we bring everybody good value here. Tim, what do you think, man? We learned a little bit today, right?
Absolutely. And big shout out to everybody in the Patreon group as well. Patreon.com/PackerFan Total Access. Good work on the boards, by the way, gentlemen. Keeping everything moving. And I think we got some measurables today, enough, right? You know, we'll get through the combine and we'll get those bench press numbers in for the big dogs on the D line, right?
Eventually we will.
Computer's coming with me to the living room, Clay. I'm going to start tapping away at putting in.
You were burning the midnight oil last night.
I was.
You're getting updates at 11:30 p.m.
Yeah,
I like it,
man. I'm sure Miss Green was slapping you. Why is your phone vibrating at midnight, Tim? What are you doing?
Your boy, I'm trying to think, man. Where did we go last night? Oh, we decided at 7:30 we were going to go to the Mexican joint down the street. And your boy got a chichango. You know what that is? Y'all know what that is?
A chichango? Is that like a chimichanga? And what is that?
So think of it this way. A sweet chimichanga with deep fried cheesecake filling, essentially, right?
You had me at deep fried.
Bro, they smother it in honey. And they give you 2 scoops of ice cream. And I go, no. We're going to need 4 scoops.
Oh, my.
Load this thing. Bro, you were blowing up the text thread with all these updates, and I had a center block in my stomach laying in bed. Oh.
Wash your hands, wash your butt, man. That's it. That's all.
I had to sleep with a diaper, bro.
Yeah, you had to get the dolly out of the back of the truck. Said, all right, come on, get Clay out of here, man. I knew we shouldn't have had that last one.
Exactly. Drew D says, what do you guys think of the new special teams coordinator? I got here late. That's the very first thing we covered, Drew. If you want to rewind back, you can kind of get our live reaction. Somebody actually broke it. Elliot, I think it was, in our chat, broke it live here on the show. So we did a quick breakdown of his history. I like it. I like the hire. You guys know I'm a big Bill Belichick guy. So the fact that he coached under Belichick, he had the best special teams his first year as special teams coordinator, the #1 ranked according to Gosselin's rankings. Now it kind of tapered off on the backside of Belichick's tenure there. He also has a Super Bowl ring as an assistant special teams coordinator. So I think it's going to be – I'm not expecting our special teams to magically jump into the top 10, right? Yeah. But I don't think I'm not expecting a dramatic fall off from where Bisaccia had it. You guys know I've been vocal about this. Special teams was horrible before Bisaccia got here, and it got better. Now, what did it get better to? You know, average, below average? I don't know. I never felt like we were having punts blocked in return for touchdowns. I never felt like we had that many kicks blocked, although we did have some blocked. Obviously, you sprinkle in a couple of rookie kickers that you're trying to work in and try to make them your kicker of the future. That didn't pan out. I'm not saying Bisaccia did a good job. I think he did kind of an average job. So maybe we could take it to the next level. I guess what I'm trying to say, Drew, the bar is very low. He should be able to reach that bar, I would imagine.
Yeah, I could have swore when I went back and looked at it, it was like this year our special team PFF grade was like the highest it's been in like 10 years or like 13 years or something like that. I kept going back, and we were ranked like 24th this year or something. So it's not even like we were going crazy or anything, but you just get yourself out of the 30 and below, man, and you start to feel a little bit better. If he can climb us into the top 20, I'd be happy.
I'd be ecstatic with top 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
About that before, right? We said we don't need to be the best. We don't even need to be top 10. We just didn't want to be a dumpster fire. You know, we were a dumpster fire for so long. And I think what Clayton's saying is valid. You know, I think Rich did a good enough job to get us out of that bottom of the barrel, category. But you always want to improve. But hey, what are you going to do? Are you going to, draft and develop guys, to be special teamers, or are you going to do what you can to load it up with your, your starting 22 guys and go out there and win ball games? So it's kind of hard to balance that, honestly.
That's what Billy kind of says here. Not going to be elite on special teams until you put elite players on special teams. And that's something that with Coach Accord, when he was with New England, guys, they were paying. I remember specifically Matthew Slater. If you guys don't know much about him, go Google Matthew Slater. He was their special teams captain. He was a wide receiver on the depth chart that never saw the field on offense. And they paid him like $6 or $7 million a year. right?
Just to be a monster on teams. Yep.
Bingo. They invested that money there. Now, people say, well, we paid Keyshawn Nixon $6 million. That's cool. He was a kick returner, right? This was a guy that was a gunner. Matthew Slater did not return kicks. He was a gun. He was your main. Think of how Bo Melton is for us. Imagine us going and getting arguably the best special teams gunner in all of pro football and paying him $7 million to just gun. That's what the Patriots were doing to get that top end result on special teams.
Yeah.
Goody's not going to do that. He's just not going to do it.
And that's why we're going to see, Xavier McKinney on teams from time to time, right? We're going to see starters peppered in there. It's just what it is.
Yeah. And Drew D says, sounds like we got a good hire given the situation for how late we started looking. I agree, Drew. And that's something that Goody said was Matt was really, really taking his time with this hire. He wanted to get it, as right as possible. So of all the people we talked about potentially being the special teams coordinator, Accord was probably my favorite, but I'm biased. I tried not to say that too much on the show because I didn't want y'all to, Clayton just likes him because he coached for Belichick, right? But honestly, I'm looking at that going, if he was good enough for Belichick to lead his special teams years they were winning the Super Bowl the year before, I think he checks out for what we're looking for in Green Bay, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. That's it, guys. We're going to get out of here. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us during the combine. Obviously, the tight ends are about to run drills. Emilio's going to take the laptop to the living room, like he said. Louis will be in there sitting on the couch with him. They're going to get this stuff hammered out. Louis,
that's who's updating the board. Louis is the one entering all the Excel.
If there's any mess ups on the board, it's got to be him walking across the keyboard.
Of course. So we'll be back tomorrow morning to talk about all the tight end data that we have. Hopefully we'll have more bench presses in for the defensive tackles. The cornerbacks maybe will be complete, I'm sure, as well. We'll also give you RAS updates too. So we're just getting started, man. Tomorrow, is it 1 o'clock tomorrow when it kicks off, or is that Sunday? That's Sunday, I think. Actually, a couple of days. Hold on, man. I Googled it earlier. Let me just hit this real quick because I do think it's important. Let me see here. Let's go combine start times 2026. So
times we just have the schedule. Got it.
Yeah, it doesn't show the individual times there. So it's tomorrow, Saturday, right? So 1 o'clock Eastern time, quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. Okay. And then 1 o'clock Sunday is going to be offensive linemen. So I would like to go live maybe about 1:30 Eastern tomorrow. Give them 30 minutes to get some numbers in. We'll jump on here and talk about it. And then, so what we'll probably do is a morning show, and then we'll go live, let's say at like 2 Eastern, something like that. And we'll have some numbers to hit. So that way we can get y'all caught up on the tight end data in the morning. And then afternoon, we'll bring you the live results. And then, of course, Sunday, same thing. We'll fall back and hit some of the quarterback stuff while bringing you live data for the offensive line. So that's it, guys. Thank y'all so much. Do me a big, big favor to hit that like button. Also, check out patreon.com/PackerFan Total Access. Wherever you get your podcast, search Packers Total Access or Packer Fan Total Access. Make sure you're following us there as well. Drew, good to see you in here, buddy. Glad to see you in the chat, man. Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Bates, you're the man. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you. Eric Sutherland, stay out of the clink, my man. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of trouble, all right? We'll see y'all tomorrow morning. My name's Clayton. That's Tim. That's Emilio. This is PTA. Go Pack, go.
Here we go.
All right.
Bye, guys.